This is Super Yacht News with Sisman.
Hi, welcome back to the channel. Okay, our first story involves chaos and vandalism again. However, just before we go into that story, I want to make a correction from the last video. Now, in episode 249, the previous video, we said that a yacht company was involved in litigation with Ocean Co. and that it involved Steven Spielberg's latest yacht, Seven Seas. Now, while the actual story is correct that a yacht company has taken Ocean Co. to court over the latest purchase by Steven Spielberg of his yacht, the actual name of the company that we gave was incorrect. It was actually Merle Wood and Associates. That is the company involved in the lawsuit and not Moran Yachts, as was said in the previous video. They have absolutely nothing to do with that story. That was my mistake, so I apologize to Moran Yachts and to anybody else who might have been upset by that incorrect reporting. Again, it was Merle Wood and Associates involved in that lawsuit. All right, so we'll move on. Motor Yacht Kaos has been vandalized again. The Super Yacht Kaos, owned by Walmart heiress Nancy Walton Lowry, has been vandalized again in Spain. Again, both of these instances have happened in Spain. The first one was in Ibiza. This one has happened in Port Vell in Barcelona yesterday. The criminal action took place, as I said, in Port Vell, which is a big marina, which also has security on the gates of that marina. So I don't know how these people got in. The yacht was docked there, in, like I said, in what is meant to be a secure marina. The criminals who did it say they are for the environment and they are protesting against climate change and the use of oil. However, their banner seems to suggest they are communists because they believe that billionaires should not exist, which is a bit of a strange thing to say. Billionaires exist because of capitalism, after all. The alternative is what? Communism. So I think that the message is a little confused. But as you can see in the video footage, that they did the same thing again. They walked up to the yacht, they sprayed paint on the yacht, and then held up a sign, and then waited for the authorities to arrive. Now, what's interesting in this video is as one of the criminals walks up to the yacht, you can see him holding a bag from a supermarket. Now, that vandal has chosen to shop in a shop in Spain called Mercadona, which is a big supermarket chain in Spain and in Portugal. And it's owned by Juan Roig Alfonso, who himself is a billionaire valued at 3.6 billion according to Forbes. He's also somebody who regularly charters super yachts for his vacation. So yeah, maybe you should rethink where you're shopping, criminals, when you're planning to do these things, because you're basically giving money to a billionaire and then you're complaining about it at the same time. The other thing is, if you want to stop oil, remember it's not just about fueling cars and ships and aircraft. 60% of all clothing made around the world it comes from petroleum. Polyester is a synthetic petroleum fiber incorporated, like I said, into 60% of clothing worldwide. Unlike cotton products, polyester is not biodegradable. There's some other things that petroleum is used in. Toothpaste uses a poloxamer 407, a common petroleum derivative that helps oil-based ingredients to be dissolved in water. Chewing gum, the base of chewing gum is manufactured with petroleum wax, believe it or not. Dentures, cosmetics such as lipstick are made from petroleum wax. Any rugs with synthetic fibers use petroleum-based nylon. I'm sure these people who are vandalizing the yacht have got solar panels in their house. Well, fossil fuels are used in the manufacturing of solar panels, but it's also found in the solar cells, the part that helps convert the sunlight into electrical energy. So yeah, it's not so easy to just say we shouldn't use oil anymore, because it is in pretty much everything that we have and use. So yeah, there's very little information about this incident other than what we see in this video, but we will keep you updated when we learn more. All right, so we'll move on to our next story now, and this is about a yacht pumping feces into the water in Montenegro. Now, this is quite unbelievable, this story. 49-meter, 160-foot superyacht motor yacht Bombay caused an ecological incident in the Tivat Bay on the 3rd of September when the yacht, in front of other yachts, witnesses pumped the contents of their black water tanks into the sea. A black water is a reference to toilet waste, basically. Now, the crew of the Maltese flagged yacht, which was anchored less than a mile north of St. Mark's Island, did so despite the fact that there were other yachts anchored in the water around the vessel, and several small boats for sports and recreation were sailing around. Now, the people from those boats witnessed the pumping of fecal waters from Bombay into the sea, and the enormous dirt that soon appeared on the surface of the sea, and the unbearable stench that unfortunately enveloped part of that area. Now, the captain of the yacht, that has a gross tonnage of 487 tons, could have emptied the contents of the storage tanks free of charge in Porto Montenegro Marina in Tivat, which provides yachts with a free service of emptying the ship's black tanks into the vacuum system of the marina. Now, that system is connected to the sewage system in the city of Tivat. Now, in order to use that facility, the boat would have to have paid for mooring fees in Montenegro, which they actually had already done. So they had the ability to do it, but they just chose not to. They chose to just pump it out where they sat at anchor. As we make this video, the boat is docked in Tivat in Montenegro, so there was absolutely no excuse, really, was there? Now, the rules for Blackwater, now obviously it's different all over. There is no international rule per se. The vessel is governed by the flag state, which is Malta in this instance, but once they're in territorial waters, they have to abide by the territorial waters of Montenegro. However, the general rule is that you cannot pump out black water if you are less than 12 miles out from someone's territory. That is the general rule we've always observed on yachts that I've worked on. Now, what I would say is this is not representative of super yachts in general. I'm a 20-year maritime veteran, and I want to say that this in no means represents the super yacht industry. This particular yacht, even though it is a private motor vessel, we understand operating as a gambling yacht, and they are bringing on private guests, and then they have a full setup on board of dealers and stuff like that, and they're gambling on board. So like I said, it's not representative of a private super yacht. Now, we've been unable to confirm that if that is the case, but that's what we've been told by people close to the incident. All right, so we'll move on to our next story. Now, Scott Burke is a yacht owner, and he's facing a dozen drug and firearms charges after his yacht, which was moored in Nantucket in the US, was boarded by police and US Coast Guard, and a search warrant was issued for the vessel, or served for the vessel, should I say. The former doctor owned a Nordhaven 24-meter or 80-foot luxury yacht named Jess Con. This model of yacht are often referred to as mini super yachts. The yacht was built in 2021, so it was almost a brand new yacht. Now, the police were responding to a call about a woman's possible overdose on board the yacht. They went on board, they arrested the owner, like I said, a former physician from Colorado who retired to Florida. Now, the authorities, including the US Coast Guard, the Nantucket Police, and the local harbour master, boarded the craft on Tuesday morning and found a disoriented woman in the master bedroom. She appeared to be under the influence of an unknown substance, the police report said, and she also stated that she did not feel safe on board. After the initial boarding of the vessel to go to the woman's assistance, the police found a loaded handgun and a bag of pink cocaine in the room. So they obtained a search warrant and they recovered 43 grams of cocaine and 14 grams of ketamine, along with a couple of firearms. Along with the drug possession charges, Burke was charged with possession of 2 handguns. Now, he'd said that he had a firearms license, but not only was it from Florida, which is invalid in Massachusetts, where the boat was, but the license had expired the previous year. Now, he's been released on bail pending court proceedings. Okay, so we've got a yacht spot here. This is Portofino in Italy, one of my favorite places to visit, and the yacht is Motor Yacht Bold. Now, the 85 meter or 287 foot yacht has been featured recently on the channel. I'll put a link in the video description, or maybe in the corner up here if you want to go and see that video. We did quite an in-depth video on the yacht recently, so I'm not going to go through it all again. Just wanted to show the photographs because they're really nice photos here. And again, I also have a video from Portofino. I'll put a link in the description because there's too many links to put in the top corner. This one features the boat Motor Yacht Planet 9, but I do go around Portofino and show you some of it as well because it's just such a nice place. All right, so stick around. At the end, we'll be played out with some epic footage of sailing Yacht Vertigo in Corfu. What I'm going to be doing in this series of vlogs is recording the journey across the Atlantic. If you want to see the 10-part vlog filmed on board a yacht I was on, crossing the Atlantic and beyond, sign up to patreon.com/eSysman. You'll find behind the scenes videos not published on YouTube, including extra videos filmed in Italy of Scheherazade, as well as a video I made recently about how we make the Super Yacht News videos, as well as the patron chat series and the patron only Q&A series. And you'll get early access to YouTube features advert free. And don't forget to check out our Super Yacht News channel. It's at superyacht-news. If you type that into YouTube, you'll find the channel. It's all the goodness of these videos chopped up into smaller sections so you don't have to watch for so long in one sitting. If you've got any information for any of the stories here, any other stories, please be sure to get in touch. You can find us at the About page of the YouTube channel. You can find us on Instagram, on Facebook Messenger, on Twitter, and on Threema. Be sure to like this video, very important for the algorithm. Hit the subscribe button and hit the bell for future notifications. All right, guys, thanks very much for watching, and I'll catch up with you soon, and have a great weekend. Bye-bye.
Thank you.